Alrighty, Rogue Swenson, thanks for joining me, dude.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you. I'm gonna give you a little intro here. So, Rogue Swenson, Lolo Hotshot, Wildland Firefighter, coach and player of the Fire and Ice tournament, coach JV, player on varsity, right?
Yep, general manager. I like to call myself. Yeah, all of the above for the Wildlander side of things.
Dude, it's cool, man. Well, I tell you all the time in emails, appreciate all the work because it is a lot, dude. I mean, you're talking just a second ago about all the charities, and then herding, especially the JV teams like cats, man, because you got to herd me,
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely. It's both teams herding cats. Just trying to get everybody together. I try and give them enough time to get back to me. I check my email multiple times a day, and it feels like a lot of the teammates, a lot of the players don't check their email as much as I do. So trying to get folks to give me their information that I need. It's a little hard sometimes, but
yeah,
it's all worth it at the end of the day.
Oh man, it's such a great event. The first one I ever went to and played in. Well, I went to one a long time ago. It was more like in passing, and I had to be somewhere, so I just stepped in to catch part of the JV game, and one of the first ones, and I think we ended up getting killed that game, but it was still kind of fun to watch. And then I had to buzz out, and then so I hadn't been to one in a while, and then it was right after COVID lifted, I think, is the first one I went to, and
nice,
man, dude, I couldn't believe how many people were in the gym.
Yeah,
in the ice rink there.
Yeah, I think by the middle of the first game, the JV game, that place gets filled up. I don't know the full capacity of Glacier Ice Rink, but I think it's got to be above 1,000, maybe 1,300 people.
Yeah.
And even with the Montana Grizzly Club team, they put in some more bleachers a couple years ago, and I think it's probably right around 300 or 1,300 people. So it gets pretty packed and loud in there.
Dude, yeah, absolutely. We might have been a little overcoat that night, dude. I would say we're probably closer to 2. When I got done with the JV game and was trying to find my wife and kid, I was like, and I had to put my big hockey bag on my back, which doesn't really roll that way,
Yeah.
I was still kind of bumping people going through the crowd, just trying to make it through.
Yeah, it gets tight in there. It's hard to walk sometimes.
Yeah, it's awesome. Everyone's in such good spirits, and it's such a good thing for we're just kind of getting out of the dark days of winter, so it's such a good, for me at least, mental health boost, to be around all these old fire folks that, I've known a lot of times my whole career and haven't seen them maybe in a few years because, I'm not as active in fire anymore, so it's super cool.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard for me to catch up with everybody because I'll start talking and rambling on with people I haven't seen in a long time, but again, it's a good, like you said, it's a good thing it's a good event to be able to check in on people, see how they're doing, just say hello if they're from a different district or, if they're in Hotshot or a jumper or whatever. It's good to see everybody all at one event.
Yeah, totally, man. Especially since we were just talking about, kind of come up with the qual ranks, being task force and starting to work on the division stuff. You'll probably see a ton of people that have been on your division or your task force, and you're like,
oh yeah,
oh man, Rogue, I haven't seen you since whatever fire,
Yeah, most times they have no idea that I put this together. So
yeah, dude. Well, that's when I first met you, because fire is pretty a big small family, but
right?
We just hadn't quite crossed paths because I think during the COVID, was that your first detail to Lolo, or were you still in the district then?
I was on. I got on Lolo Hotshots in 2014, and then I took a detail to the Missoula district here as an AFEO in 2021. So that first year COVID came around, I think was 2020.
Yeah.
That's
right. Yeah, you were on detail that first year. Yeah, we were crossing paths, but just we probably even burned together a few times.
I bet we did.
Yeah, because I did a detail here in 17.
Okay.
Yeah, for the Missoula district, and
I'm sure we've been on burns before.
Yeah, for sure. There's all that stuff up Marshall Woods are just steep as hell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's snowy and icy.
Yeah.
I almost forgot to point out the Wildland jersey. So this is the same for varsity and JV, or?
Yep, it is. Yep. So I think we had these made a few years ago. Benji Haig and Sean Fiella had these made a few years ago. They got the Wildland Firefighter Foundation patch. There's a smoke jumper patch from the Missoula Smoke Jumpers. Those guys in the past have helped kind of our group, the Wildlanders, pay for these jerseys. I just picked up some that were made or that were finished. Picked them up today from Hockey Wolf.
Dude.
A few folks on the team, some folks from the team had some made with their names on the back. I got some extra. And the Missoula Jumpers, their welfare fund will be helping pay for some of those extra jerseys that we had made, kind of the surplus ones for folks who come in and are new to the team, they'll get to wear another jersey, and
That's cool, man.
so yeah.
Well,
So
kind of nice to, if you do get a chance to keep it or buy one or whatever, I was going to talk to you about that afterwards, but like, because if you have kids or something and they see, or if you go to like a pickup game or, like stick and puck or something and just throw it on like down the road or something, man, it's kind of cool and just memories,
Yeah, absolutely. I have mine sitting in the closet. I like to, take good care of them.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Dude, they're really nice. They're built
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, they're good jerseys. Sadly, this year we had a different company make them because we just ran out of time. I didn't get the order in place. They look a little bit different, but same colors.
Just more character, man.
I think they're a little bit cooler, the new ones. I should have brought a new one in, but they're still in the bags. But
I don't know. Where's the OG though, right? This is the classic.
this is the the Wildlander one with our colors, kind of the dark green and yellow. I think the first year the JV team, the first year that they played in the Fire and Ice event, I think they might have had a red and black jersey, but I can't place it in my mind.
Yeah, I remember it being
looked
different.
like.
I couldn't remember either because when I first played, I was like, this looks familiar, but I remember, and probably just from pictures, but I remember it being a little different jersey. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, and I think these look a lot better than a little bit more Forest Service-y.
Yeah.
A little bit more wildland side of things. And, I've been thinking about it a little bit over the past few weeks, getting ready for the game. I think I'm going to go ahead and maybe get some socks made that kind of match these colors.
Yeah.
We look a little bit better.
Yeah,
I know we all have different braziers, different glove colors and helmets and stuff, but if we can match our socks with our jerseys, I think we'll look pretty slick out there.
That look really slick, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of looking slick, dude, the suit you're wearing for the last few years, man, looks great, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, it looks so official, man.
Thank you. I can't remember which one I wore last year. About a week before the game, I like to go to the Goodwill, pick out a nice cheap suit, whether or not it fits. If it's too small or too big, I'll pick it out if I like the design.
Yeah.
A little quirky.
No, that's good though, man. Well, it kind of reminds me of the old school hockey. Like it seemed like the coaches, their suits were the same way, man. They didn't really fit them, but they shoved themselves into it, and
right.
It looked good, And,
yeah.
I think I remember your last year one was a little snug, but looked good, man.
Thank you.
You're in shape, fella. So you fill it out good.
It. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm been trying to keep an eye out for a nice hat like the old school guys did in the 50s and 60s. But
yeah, dude.
Another thing that people don't see me without a hat on a lot, so it's kind of it's another way that I can put some product in my hair, slick my hair back, and
dude, look good, man. Look the part. When you walked in the locker room, last year and the year before, and whenever I've been playing, you get the big wolf whistles going, dude.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The boys love it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just it's a way for me to have fun and kind of get out of my shell a little bit, putting on a nice suit.
Yeah.
And so it's fun.
Yeah, and it gets you in the almost more in the spirit of it, like getting it all done. Even like you even said, like adding socks to us, like gets you a little bit more dressy, kind of.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I almost wore a sport coat for this because I wasn't sure what you're gonna be wearing, so I was like, man, maybe I'll wear a sport coat. But that's sharp. That looks good.
Thank
man.
you.
That's sharp.
It's kind of my my interview for the TV interviews that I'll be doing here shortly in the next few days. I think it just kind of matches the jersey a little bit.
Yeah, represents the Foresters a little bit.
Yeah,
man. I like it. Like,
thank you.
Yeah, like not quite formal like the pickle suit, but still enough to relate it, dude. Yeah, it looks good. And so you have a hockey background, or how do you know?
I do.
Oh, gotcha.
So, born in Minnesota, and I've pretty much been in skates since I could walk.
Dude,
I got a picture that's buried in all my other pictures. I think it's probably 2 years old that I was in skates. So
what kind of skates did you start off in?
Oh man, probably Bowers.
Did you?
Maybe CCM.
Man, that's awesome. My first were like these really old, probably been in the family forever, like leather figure skating double bladers.
Oh really?
Yeah. Did you ever see those double bladers that little kids have?
No.
Basically, you just walk around the ice.
Yeah.
Because they had like a little toe pick on it too.
Oh nice.
So yeah, I remember, and I remember not liking them because like my brother and all the other like kids could like skate normal, and
older
like,
siblings,
around, yeah,
yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, and then I got a pair of hockey skates, and it's like, oh yeah, this is better.
Right. Oh yeah.
But I'm horrible at hockey, man. You're really good though, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great watching you guys in the varsity. That's one thing I want to tell folks. Like JV game's fun. It's a little bit more random. I'm trying to think of a good way. It's not as organized. Like
yeah,
the playing's not quite as clean. it's fun. You know, everyone's giving a good effort in, and it's a really good warm up for the varsity game because then like you guys come out and it's like, man, you can tell you guys been on quite a bit of ice. You know, like the shots are bigger, the passing's better, and just the movement's better. The speed, man, the speed, holy cow! Like like that. Like I was saying, that JV game years ago I went to, so I hadn't been to it and watched the varsity game ever until 2 years ago or whenever I first started. Yeah, it was 2 years ago, and it's like, oh, dude, I was blown away, man, at the speed and like the ability on both sides. Those structure dudes were really good too, or are really good too. And, man, it makes for a great game to watch.
Yeah, it's a good mix of folks. I'm glad a few years ago they invited the Wildlanders to come in to have a varsity team. We can bring out a few of our folks, more of our folks, kind of out of the woodwork in the winter to come and play.
Yeah, dude.
I'm trying to think about it. I'm trying to think if there's, any players that play in the league here in town, kind of at the cup and advanced level.
Yeah, I think TK.
Yep, TK. I think he plays competitive.
Yeah. Court Wallace.
Yep, Court. Yep,
Yeah.
I played with him in advance when I first moved to town.
Yeah.
He'll be on the varsity team. I just can't think off the top of my head right
McClay,
now.
but he plays goalie.
Yeah, McClay Schulte. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of folks. So
and
it's been a good way for me to, get to learn everybody, get to know everybody and stuff. But
I think get to know the structure guys too with all the stuff you're doing too. You get to know the city fire folks.
Exactly. And there's even a few old Doug DeGroot, he's on the structure side of things in the JV game. He's an old Lolo Hotshot.
Oh, really? Very cool.
Josh Clare's wife, who's in air. His wife is on the city team.
Oh, very cool.
So in years past, they played against each other. That was pretty fun to see.
Dude, that's great.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a couple other guys that are on the city side of things that used to do Wildland Fire. So
I bet, yeah, there was a ton. Cause I went structure for a hot second when my Crohn's started going bananas, and I was surprised at all the folks, even at the consortium. A bunch of like jumpers that I rookied like same year as were going to the consortium, and I didn't even know. Like all of a sudden, I was like, "Hey, you're getting out too?"
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's kind of fun to see. And
nice.
I don't know. It's a big difference though going from wildland to structure.
I bet.
Yeah, all the medical and stuff. So it's
I bet.
a little different beast.
Yeah, I bet. I bet, man.
It beat me up a little bit, but man, it's so important with the work they do, man.
Definitely. And I think it's good for us, the Wildlanders from the local area, kind of western Montana, to come in and meet a lot of the structure folks.
Yeah.
Because if it's in the WUI around Missoula or around the general area around town here, it's pretty important, I think, to have a relationship outside of work. So when if you do find, that person you're playing hockey against, you know who they are.
Yeah.
And you can kind of go out and you know how to work with them.
Yeah, totally. The communication's already there.
In the field. Yep. You know their names. You know who they are.
And a little bit of trust is built up.
Exactly.
You played, a sport either against or with them, So
exactly.
you already got that built up a little bit. Like, I know John. I'm just gonna say John. And
Yeah.
I can't. I'm blanking on even some of our varsity players and some of the structure dudes because we just played the Rackhorns the other night. And a few of those guys are going to be playing us again this coming weekend.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, that's good. Good transition there. Most
For
of us
sure.
works out. So this weekend is the game. Not like this weekend. Today's Friday. It's next Saturday, February 10th.
Yep.
JV game 6-ish.
JV game starts at 6 p.m. I think puck drop will probably be at 6:05. I would make sure to show up early. This year, the Missoula Celtic Pipe Dragon Band. I'm not sure if that's the actual name, but
yeah, something like that.
This year it's a little bit different. They will be playing before the junior varsity game.
Oh.
So as JV walks out onto the ice, you guys are going to be skating between those guys as they're playing.
They're going to be on the ice?
I can't remember if they're on the ice. They haven't played in the last few years.
Yeah.
But you're going to be walking through them while they're playing.
Oh,
it's super
cool.
loud.
Yeah.
I get goosebumps when I hear them play. It's pretty cool.
That sounds amazing,
It's
man.
pretty special. They're going to be there. JV game starts at, I think, puck drop probably at 6:05.
Oh, very cool.
And each game, so the varsity game will probably start right around 7:30, 7:35. We got the anthem, and there'll be another band. I think it's Winter Flesh.
Oh.
Local Missoula band will be playing before the varsity game, and then we'll have an anthem singer as well.
Cool.
So yeah, pretty much from 6 on till the end of the varsity game, it's action packed.
Yeah.
Lots going on. Silent auction.
I was going to mention
Yeah,
Silent auction is great.
Yeah.
Good family event to come hang.
Absolutely. It's totally family friendly. A lot of kids running around over the years. It's okay. It's totally okay if you want to bring your family out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's great because, the kids are running with each other and stuff. And, yeah, just a good family atmosphere.
Totally.
Everyone's so happy because, like we were saying earlier, a lot of people haven't seen each other in maybe months, years, however long it's been. So, like, everyone's just really pumped. And there's some good beer there because Big Sky.
Yep. So Big Sky is one of our big sponsors. I believe it's $12 all you can drink Big Sky beer this year. There's usually 5 or 6 different types of beer that they have or that they donate. I think in the past years, probably by the end of the second period or in between the third period, the beer usually runs out.
Oh, really?
But there's a lot of beer that they donate to us. Yeah. It's pretty cool what they how they help us out with that because I think it helps bring everybody to the game.
Yeah, I think so too, man. Like, yeah, that's a hell of a deal. $12 all you can drink, and man, it just kind of helps get the socializing going, and sharing a beer with old friend or whatever, or family member. And
definitely.
Yeah, it's a good time, man. That was it Lolo shots that were ripping chainsaws?
Yeah, a couple years ago we had a couple of our Sawyers. We had Kyle Gard singing the anthem. He used to be a singer in a heavy metal band.
Oh, really?
And he sang the anthem, and I think right around the I can't remember the part or what part of the anthem, but I think it's towards the end we'll rip the chainsaws and get them going and fire up the crowd.
No one told me. I about pissed my pants last time because I was right next to him and I didn't see him like walking behind,
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Whoa."
Yeah. So it's a tradition for us. Every 4th of July, we'll do a flip, and I'm sure some of your listeners are pretty familiar with the stupid flip. Yeah. And so we'll flip a coin. And if, depends on how you look at it, either you're a winner or a loser.
Yeah.
But they'll have to sing the national anthem and in front of everybody. And, we'll kind of circle up, and depending on where we're at, we'll, either get some fusees going or chainsaws going, and everybody will kind of, look around, what's going on, who's singing the anthem, and it's just a cool tradition that we've been doing.
Dude, so cool, man.
Over the past few years on the 4th of July, and kind of brings everybody together, when we're away from our families and out in the woods and, working for our country.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Freedom.
Yeah.
So cool, dude. Do you allow notes, or do you just got to go off the top of your head?
I think in the past few years, there's been a few folks that have written down the lyrics to the song.
Oh, good. Yeah. It'd be tough, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And we coordinate it, one of the saws coming in, and if the person that's singing, doesn't like to sing in front of people, we'll help them out if they're a little quiet or humble or whatever. And we get rocking.
Oh, good, man. That's so cool. Yeah, I don't think you'd want me to sing, man. I would go for it, but dude, I got a horrible singing voice.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like a dying cat out there.
Oh God.
So, you guys would have to take over.
No shit. Yeah.
But that's so cool, man. And like for folks who maybe aren't as familiar with the wildland fire scene, like every crew kind of has something like that, Like that's very cool. Like that's pretty rare. I don't think anyone has. I don't know, has something like that. And I've been Wildland Fire for like 16 years, so been around a little bit, and I've never seen anything like that, and that's very cool, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the year that we started on the crew. Maybe in 2015, we started it. We were in northern Idaho, I think, on the Nez Perce Clearwater.
Oh, really?
Yeah, middle of nowhere, and long, hard, 2-week assignment, and 4th of July was right in between there, and just kind of looking for something to bring up the morale, and trying to remember that day.
Celebrate the day.
Trying to remember who sang it. It was pretty funny. Dude, you just had no idea, and there were a couple other crew. It was a small-ish fire, and I'm sure everybody was wondering what we were up to.
Oh, I bet, man. That's very cool, though, dude. And, so many cool events. And for folks who also don't know, it's like, summer's our time to make money as wildland firefighter, so it's road warriors. And
oh, yeah.
And you want to be... to make more money, you want to be gone on the holiday. You know, you get a little more pay, and so like no one's home during 4th of July, and that's usually prime time fire season. So
Right.
yeah, it's cool to have that kind of celebration because you know not too many of us are going to be home seeing fireworks with family or friends. So
Exactly.
have something like that to make it special is really cool.
I think the one year I had to sing it, we were actually in town. So.
Oh, you really?
Yeah, kind of a bummer.
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. You just got at the
clubhouse here in the middle of town. Yeah.
So that was a cool spot. I was kind of thinking about maybe going that way, but I was like, I don't know. People think it weird if I pull this into the, you know.
Yeah, it'd be hard to get in there.
That's what I was kind of thinking too.
Yeah.
You
have to get the gate code.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, it's like you know, I know someone who might have it, but yeah, it might be kind of weird.
Yeah, this is a perfect meeting spot for middle of town.
Yeah, this is great. Kind of quiet. Yeah, beautiful kind of atmosphere. So
Yeah, totally.
yeah, it worked out pretty good.
Yeah.
Shooting. What other sponsors do you have too?
So yeah, totally. Thanks for asking. We have Missoula Chevrolet has been with us since the beginning. They've been a real good help to us. Just sponsoring us, I guess.
Yeah.
Obviously, Big Sky Brewery supplying us with beer. And then
refreshments.
Refreshments, thank you.
Yeah,
and then Western States Emergency Equipment and Glacier Ice Rink. So they help us out with the ice time. Ice time is pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Allowing us on a prime time Saturday during the middle of winter to give us, 4 or 5 hours of ice time.
Yeah, huge shout out to them, man.
Yeah.
So, like the men's league that they have, the beer league that they have going on. It's not really a men's league, it's like co-ed league. I don't know what else to call it, but
yeah.
Unisex men.
Yeah.
League, like that's amazing. And then last year when I did the podcast to promote this with CJ, I called him up and I was like, hey, is it all right if I snag some power and just to run some heaters? It was really cold. It was like 2 degrees.
Okay.
So I was like, can I snag an outlet and take up some parking spots? They're like, yeah, sure, come on in. I'm like, when are you gonna be here? Like Saturday morning. Like, yeah, I don't think anything's going on. They lied to me. There was a youth tournament going on. So a lot of hockey moms, I don't think were too pumped about me taking up 3 spots.
They're probably wondering what a podcast was doing there.
Probably
Saturday morning.
Dirty looking Airstream out here.
Yeah.
Taking up all these spots.
Yeah, but that place is always busy. I think from 6 in the morning to 2 o'clock. 6 in the morning to 2 o'clock in the morning, that place is jam-packed with people playing hockey, figure skating, or curling.
Yeah, it's so cool, man. Yeah, like I said, any night of the week could be any one of those 3, and man, I remember the first time. And it's loud, too, especially in the outside rink. It'll be at that, what used to be Malfunction Junction. I'm not even sure what that is, at Russell. And
I still call it that.
Yeah, so Malfunction Junction there, and I remember coming through, and it's kind of one of those odd warm nights we've been having, and I had my windows down on my truck there, and I was like, I wasn't really paying attention. It was 12:30 at night, super tired, and all of a sudden I started hearing, you can hear the sticks and the puck and, the ice going. I'm like, man, dude, I got to get on that, man. That's super cool,
Yeah.
So that was kind of the first interest I had in hockey, and then, started messing with, I think it was Jake. I think he still works here.
Fallis,
yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I was almost going to call him Fiel. I was like, that's definitely not Fi. But yeah, Fallis recruited me years ago and kind of kept going. Is he playing this year, Fallis?
I got to get a hold of him, but I think he did back out, but I'm going to try and talk him into coming to play because we are a little bit short on JV this year.
Yeah, that'd be great. Jake, come out and play with us, man, if you're listening.
Yeah, Jake, if you're listening, come out and play.
We need you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. And we were talking earlier about people you don't see very often. Dude, we're 30 minutes from each other. Well, maybe a little far. He's out in Frenchtown, but
yep.
Not that far from each other. And I don't ever see him except for Fire and Ice, just because he's got a life and family and stuff going, and me too. And man, so if it wasn't for an event like this, I would never see the guy. So
right, yeah. And I think we're getting people all the way down from. Maybe a player or 2 from the Kootenai.
Oh, really?
Or I know from the Flathead for sure. A couple of folks from the Flathead are coming down, and then I get folks that all the way down from the Bitterroot. So kind of western Montana, pulling everybody from there, and you don't get to see anybody, or you don't get a chance to see a lot of folks.
Yeah, totally.
Too often in the winter when we all kind of hunker down and stuff. So.
I was gonna say the herding cats, people either get hunkered down or they leave the country.
Yeah.
So it's trying to get everybody rallied in and begin something in the beginning of February like this is really good because man, fire season's usually done. People are getting laid off now around October, right?
Yeah, it depends on where they're at.
Yeah.
October, November, depending on where you're working.
True. Yeah, sometimes it get a little extended, especially with all the fuels, the burning we've been doing lately. Prescribed fire, kind of been going a little far longer, but So there's like a gap of a couple months where you don't get to see your homies, and so this is a great excuse to get together.
Yeah, it is. Totally. It's exciting.
Yeah,
So.
I've had people been hitting me up all week about like, like, hey, are you going to be at the Fire and Ice? And they don't know I'm playing in it, but like I was like, yeah, I'll be there.
Right. Yeah.
It's pretty cool because like folks travel all the way from my hometown to Whitehall.
Oh wow, nice. That's cool.
Check it out. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. And
nice.
Yeah, what a great event. So anyone who's listening, like if you have need something to do, on a Saturday night, February 10th, come check it out, come hang.
Yeah, 6 p.m. Junior varsity will start right around there. 7:30 varsity game will start, but come early, come check the bagpipes out.
Yeah, the
super
silent
cool.
auction.
And the silent auction. Yep, I got to throw out the silent auction. A lot of donations this year that folks are bringing in. Hoping to raise some more money. Oh, and also before I forget to mention, this year we're going to be raising money for the Wildlanders are going to be raising money for a fallen Montana Wildland Firefighters memorial that we're going to be putting at the base of North Sentinel.
Oh man,
we've cleared it through the University of Montana. My superintendent has talked to some folks from there, and they're okay with it.
Cool.
And so majority of the money is going to be going towards that. We're going to get a plaque made here, hopefully in town.
Very cool.
There's a lot of handy folks in the wildland community that are going to help assist us with that, help us build that. And we hope, as of right now, that we can get it put into place sometime by the end of April. But we're still working on it, coming up with some ideas.
Is the area kind of like off the Kim Williams there, kind of by the Clark Fork?
I think it's really going to be right at the foot of where the M Trail starts.
Oh, very cool.
So I think there's a tiny little pavilion there by that small parking lot across the street from
Washington Grizzly Stadium.
Washington, thank you.
Yep, got your back.
Yeah, the stadium there. And we're going to hope to put it there. And and then hopefully we'll have some money left over. We raised a lot of money last year. And we'll be donating the rest of that money left over to the Wildland Firefighter Foundation.
Oh, awesome, man. Yeah, what a great cause that is.
Yeah.
CJ talked a bunch about it. They helped me out back in the day, too. So.
Oh, nice. Good deal.
Yeah, if anyone's looking to donate, that's a great cause, the Wildland Firefighter Foundation.
Yeah, totally.
Helps us out and helps our, people who've been injured or unfortunately killed in the line of duty, so helps their families out.
Yeah.
And then I was going to ask you, do you have anything else on the Fire and Ice? Because I was going to ask you a few more fire questions about yourself.
I'll have to check my notes, but
yeah, check the list, my friend.
So, we do play the city. They bring in some donation items.
Oh yeah,
and we split it down the middle. Or I'm sorry, the Wildland donation items go towards us. The proceeds and the same for the city side of things. Their auction items are there. There's also a 50-50 I forgot to mention. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place.
No, that's how these go, dude.
It's good practice for the radio and TV interviews I got coming up in a couple days.
Yeah, man.
But the money that they raise will go towards the Missoula Firefighter Local 271 Benevolent Fund, and that's kind of their welfare fund for the City of Missoula structure firefighters.
Oh, gotcha. And that goes towards like if one of their folks gets injured or something, probably.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yep. So that'll help their family and friends in case anybody gets injured. This will be the 12th annual Fire on Ice, and then I guess that's the varsity game. The JV game is I guess it's called the Wildland Urban Interface Off.
Yeah,
kind of a tongue twister. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. They could have done a little better with that name. It's a great game, but that's a lot.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, silent auctions upstairs. We have a 50-50 raffle, and we have Chuck-a-Puck, which I think is in during the varsity game.
Dude.
So,
is that new this year? Or they've been doing that.
We've had it for a few years. Yep, it's during the varsity game. A bunch of kind of foam pucks. See if you can make it in the bucket in the middle of the ice.
Yeah, win a prize, right?
Yeah, I think you split the money. However much they raise by, you can buy however many Chuck-a-Pucks you want or pucks.
Yeah.
And I think they split it down the middle. So.
Oh, cool.
I don't know the total dollar amount that it's been in the past, but.
I feel like you get up pretty high. I know, like when they used to have the not the Bruins, before the Bruins, Maulers. They used to do the Chuck-a-Puck. I think it was only like $1, and $1 per puck, and so folks would get quite a few of them, and
Absolutely.
be unloading them, dude.
Oh yeah, I'd get 20 or 30 if I could, if I wasn't playing.
Yeah, totally, man.
Just try and make it in that bucket.
Yeah, man. Keep the kiddo busy, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Chuck some pucks.
Yeah.
Great thing for kids. Kids love it, man.
Yeah, it's a little tricky with the net on the bleacher side of things, but secret for anybody who's listening, maybe go behind the benches. You can get a little bit closer. There's no nets in the way.
Oh, there we go, man. I'll bring the kid in because I don't know
Hope
how
that's
strong
okay.
your arm is. Yeah, totally, man. It's good, man, because it's all for charity, so
Absolutely.
helping people out.
Yeah.
Some people like to challenge the net, too, I think. They like to throw a nice, tall, arcing puck.
Yeah, lob it in there.
Yeah, lobber.
And get the bounce if you want to bounce it, too.
Oh, yeah, good call with the bounce, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
So cool. And like when they open up the floodgates on the Chuck a Puck, man, it's so cool. Just bombing all these black little pucks in.
Yeah, heads up.
Yeah, it's very cool, dude. Oh, and that kind of reminds me of something else I was going to ask you. I was just creeping around the old Facebook for Missoula City Fire Department, and they, were cleaning off their ice, which I'm pretty sure was a Florence ice rink. Like it looked like I recognized it, and I was like, oh yeah, I know where that is. And they're like, they're talking about the secrets out about the Wildlanders having a practice rink at the AFD, and I'm like, I don't know where that would be. Is that true?
No, I don't believe so.
I was going to say,
I
like,
don't believe so.
I heard rumor that Neptune had one in one of their hangars in the winter. I was like,
really?
Maybe. Yeah.
I have honestly, I've never heard of that.
No, I only heard it like a while back, and then I never really followed up on it because I was like, yeah, cool. That'd be all. I mean, hopefully I get an invite to come if they actually have one in one of their hangars. But yeah, I mean, that would seem like it'd be so hard to keep that ice, you know, even in a hangar.
Bet. Yeah, we've tried to get practices in the past, but with the hockey rink being so busy, with it being so difficult to get everybody together, to coordinate that. Yeah, in the warm winter, it's just been tough to get a practice going. But, the city side has had the advantage of, having their own practice rink, if they want to call it that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep that to myself. I won't share any of that yet. But
yeah, totally. But
yeah, it's just a fun, family-friendly game, and
it is, man.
We're all here to raise money for our two, the Benevolent Fund and the Foundation, and for the memorial at the foot of Sentinel this year. So
yeah, that's gonna be very cool. I can't wait to see that, man, and probably go out and take some photos and blast that out on the old social media as well when you guys do it. I'll be bugging
totally.
you.
Yeah, for sure. Let me know.
Yeah, do some filming out there. Just spread the good word about it, 'cause that's really cool, man. And then like you said, for charity, which is super cool. Some are like, I think it was even last year. People get a little bit heated because it's semi-contact, not really contact, but semi-contact.
Right,
so
right.
Someone feels like they got hit a little harder or something, whatever might happen, a little tangle happens, and then usually it's like a bunch of us on the bench or whoever, be like, hey, it's for charity, chill out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
I don't want, we all got jobs.
Yeah.
The Monday morning, we all got to go back to work, back to reality.
Yeah, no one's getting paid.
No one's getting paid for this, and yeah, it's for fun. It's to raise money. That's my number one thing for this.
Yeah, totally.
As much as I want to win, I keep reminding myself we're raising money for some really good things that are really important to both the structure side, the City of Missoula side of things, as well as the Wildlander side of things.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and I remind the players on the team.
Yeah.
And
we're all competitive on both sides.
Absolutely. It's hockey. We have to be competitive. Otherwise, we wouldn't be hockey players. But
yep. It wouldn't be that fun to watch either, if we're out there just hugging. And,
right.
Yeah.
Totally. And it's, if things get a little heated, which they have in the past, nothing too crazy. It's just a quick reminder to one of my players, one of your teammates that, hey, take a second, take a deep breath, remember what we're doing here. Don't get frustrated. Just go out there and work a little bit harder and try and put a couple more goals in the net to see if we can, come back or whatever the situation is, and
that is
just
true,
work around it.
Yeah, so far, like, my personal record is undefeated, so the last 2 years. So,
knock on wood, man.
Try to keep that going.
Right? Yeah.
I think that's wood there.
There we go.
Yeah.
So
try to keep that going. But like you said, man, like, going out to win, it's kind of like how I approach the beer league, too. It's like, I want to win every night, but, like, some nights we can't, and it's fine. Go out and skate my butt off, and it's a good workout. And then at the end of the, after it's all said and done, trying to be friends with everybody, because it's just You win a plastic trophy. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
it's like not a big deal.
Yeah,
You don't even get to keep it.
we're not going pro anytime soon, if
Yeah.
at all anymore.
Oh, dude, I'm so far from it, man.
Yeah.
Not enough time left for me to even get there if I wanted to. You know,
Right,
get
yeah.
closer to 40. So
Right there with you.
yeah, so it'd be a tall order for me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anything else about the Fire and Ice before I move on. I was gonna ask you some fire questions. I don't want to keep you too long.
Yeah.
either, but-
The only thing I can really think of in terms of the Fire and Ice is what the Wildland side of things are raising money, for the memorial. Cash Gibbons from the Bitterroot IHC has a snowboard raffle going on.
Oh, cool.
I will share you a PDF with that if you want to put it up on your Instagram page.
Absolutely.
There's a QR code on there. Or I can give you a flyer if it's. I don't know how to get access to a QR code when it's screenshot on your phone or whatever. But bunch of raffle tickets to win a snowboard from the Board of Missoula, and I think I can't remember the date. I should have brought the piece of paper in, but I'll share that with you. You can
I'll
put it
post
up.
Yeah.
Folks can buy raffle tickets if they want to win a snowboard and
Very cool.
help us support and build that memorial
Yeah,
at
that's
North
gonna be
Sentinel.
awesome.
Yeah.
And so many people visit that trail, so it's
Yeah.
going to be very cool to have it there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a perfect representation of the kind of ground that us wildland firefighters work in.
It's a good point. Yeah,
Yeah.
very good point. Yeah, because
Yeah.
like it's never, the movies always kind of make it seem like it's more like this gentle hill, and it's like no.
Oh, it can't be any easier than North Sentinel.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the terrain we work in. That's how steep it is. That's pretty good representation of the kind of fields that we work in and stuff like that. So it paints folks from out east or wherever they come from. That's what we're working in. It's not California. It's
Yep.
it's all around out west here.
Yeah, so
So
Rocky Mountains, baby.
yeah, exactly.
The lightning seems to like those nice, steep, long hikes,
Right. Totally.
So, yeah, that's definitely more typical. Like I said, I've been in fire for quite a while now. So it's like, man, it's never seems like to hit someone's nice field. And if that happens, the
Yeah, I
volunteers
wish.
are on it. And
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
They'll
it's-
beat us there.
yeah, exactly. And they get to, put it out. And we don't even get to go on it typically.
Yeah.
So maybe go call it out,
Right. For sure.
So, but yeah, that's going to be awesome, dude. I'm looking forward to that. And another reason to go hike Sentinel. And man, Sentinel is so well used, which is great. People, one time I went up there and I was like sliding around. I was trying to get back in shape for jumping, and my old I can't remember, True North, I think it was the old crappy pack, and
Okay.
like it just not very comfortable and hard to get it comfortable, and I just had it filled with a big I think a couple of those little baby cubies or something, because I'd
Okay.
take them up and then I'd drain all the water out once I got to
Right,
the top, so I
right.
had to carrying the way down. I'm slipping and sliding going up there, and I'm like, man, this is dumb. I got passed by like a couple of old guys jogging up it. And I was like,
Oh
man,
man.
you guys are way tougher than I am, dude.
Right.
Yeah, year round that trail's getting used, so it'd be just such a good spot, because I don't know of any other trail around Missoula that gets used that much, so.
Yeah, I don't think so. I've heard, maybe it's a rumor or a myth, but I've heard that the M Trail is maybe one of the busiest trails west of the Mississippi. I don't know. It could be a lie, but
I can see, but it's like everyone I know who like comes to town, that's like on their to-do list, it's like breweries, the river, and then the M Trail. Like there's probably a few other things that I'm missing, like off the top of my head, but it's like the big things to do, and
yeah.
if you come in the fall, it's like go to a Grizz game or something. But
Right.
yeah. Speaking of Grizz, man, have you seen any of the Grizz hockey games?
I have. I'm actually going to be going to one here in a little bit,
Oh,
in a couple
dude.
hours.
Oh, is that tonight? Eh?
Yeah, they play Bozeman or MSU.
Yeah.
Tonight it's sold out. I've been to a few games this year, been busy. But in
Yeah.
past year, or the last few years, I think I've had season tickets.
Oh, cool.
I think tonight sold out, and that's, just kind of goes back to, I don't know how to put it, but hockey's big here in town.
It is, man.
It's kind of hidden, but or not many, people know that, but it's, the people that play hockey and are around the rink, they know it's a big thing, big community thing.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, I'm glad you said that, because I'm going to say this earlier, too, when we were talking about just, like, social events, in Missoula. And, like, the rink is a big social event for folks who don't even play hockey. I remember this crappy novice game that I was playing in, and I can honestly say I was the worst person on the ice. I was, like, swimming across the ice, trying to get back to the bench to get myself
Yeah.
off the ice, and, like, it was horrible. But, like, dude, there's a group of folks that came up, and, like, not all the same at the same time, but, like, had the little bike, like, and this was before, like, fat tire bikes were a thing, so, like, they're just on your normal, like, old thrift shop kind of style bike with a little like thing on the back, like a little shelf, and they have each one of them had like a different like 6-pack or something bungeed to it, and
It's
it's
coming to hang out. And
yeah,
watch
it's just
some
coming to
hockey.
hang. It's like 5 degrees out, you know, and they're coming to the
Yeah.
outside rink to have some beers and just hang out on. I think it was like a Sunday night, you know. It's
Yeah.
like there's always hockey going on. It's always something to do. So if you're like you're bored and the weather's nasty like that was, you know, you hop on your bike and or whatever, you know, and head to the rink. Man, there's always something going on. It's so cool.
Absolutely. So, and like you were saying earlier, youth tournaments and you know, there is the one game tonight. I think they go back to Bozeman tomorrow.
Oh, betcha. It's good
so
hockey, man. From what I can tell, I mean,
it's really good.
The heart of hockey. So
yeah, they got a bunch of guys from out west. I'm friends with a couple of the coaches. I play hockey with them in town, and
cool.
And their general manager, and they got guys all over from the U.S. and yeah, it's really good. It's better hockey than what we play, that's for sure. But they're also younger and
more let's say like rubbery, you know, like they just. Man, some of the hits, because I haven't gone to any this year, but like the first year I went to as many as I could. You know, tickets were cheap and you could walk into most of them. Now I think it's hard to go, just show up, you know. Like
yeah, it depends on who they play. It's a big rivalry game tonight. Yeah, I think to remember some of the games that I've been to where it was a little, you know, not as packed.
Yeah.
But I think earlier today, the game sold out. So standing room, the VIP section up top. Student section sold out, you know.
Dude, student section gets rowdy. I think they broke the bleachers last year or something, didn't they?
I bet they did.
I think so, yeah. They're
kids rowdy over there. It's pretty cool to see.
Very cool, man. So, they love it. Because, last year, it was so packed. It was just standing room only. And so me and my wife were, like, kind of against the side with our kiddo. And kiddo could see, because I, put him on my shoulders, or put her on my shoulders, and she could see the ice real good, and she loved it, you know. Nice. All the students were just like stoked, you know, and like already pre-gaming a little bit hard, but it was all fun, and it's just such a cool event, man, and it's cool to see the hockey, and then the players like seem awesome too. They seem like they're pretty involved in the community, like some of the photos and stuff. Yep. Yeah, I saw like little kids out there skating, with the Grizz hockey players, and like little cheerleaders out there and stuff. It's very cool, man. Like, really good for the community, I think.
Yeah, I think they do a lot of I'm not exactly sure, but I think they do a lot of volunteering around town, and
that's a big deal for a community like Missoula, who really values their sports. I mean, like pretty much every Grizz sport, especially football, the community's coming out for. So. Mm-hmm.
And I know they've gone to Peaburg or Phillipsburg in the past, and they'll skate with the kids in that community. And
I think I think that's the picture I saw. Yeah, with them out there. That's very cool, man. And I mean, I couldn't imagine being a kid and being able to skate with a college player. That'd be so cool, man. Yeah, you'd never forget it, Right. Yeah, that's a big deal. So what I was going to ask you about earlier. Am I not skipping anything on the Fire Ice?
No, I think we're good. I appreciate you having me on and getting a chance to talk about it a little bit.
Well, dude, I appreciate you coming on, man. It's something I'm passionate about, obviously. So, like, as much I can do to spread the good word about it. Even like the Forester's Ball that's going on tonight too.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, tonight and tomorrow night. So if you got a wild hair tomorrow night, man,
let's see.
Go check it out. But yeah, so that's going on tonight, and I did a podcast with those folks. The Chief Push and the publicity officer. So it's Jaden is Chief Push and Cosen's the publicity officer. Shout out to those guys. They're amazing, doing great work. And
cool.
Yeah, spread the good word of that, because I don't know, man. I just really am trying to get more, I'm trying to be as involved in the community as I can, help spread the word, help, do what I can with this little platform to help out these events, and just kind of keep them going a little bit,
Yeah. No, I dig it, man.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate you coming. But before I let you go, how'd you end up in Montana? Because you said you were in Minnesota?
Yeah, so, quick backstory.
Yeah.
Graduated from Vermilion Community College in 2011 with natural resources forestry degree.
Awesome.
Heard about Idaho through some coworkers that had connections at networking. Moved out to Moscow, Idaho on the Nez Perce Clearwater on the Palouse crew. Had a couple seasons there.
Cool.
My assistant crew boss, who is now the superintendent of the Lolo Hotshots, I met him there in 2011.
Yep.
Yep.
No way.
Spent a few years. He came over here in 2012, and then I spent a few more years on the Palouse crew, and then finally in 2014 I made the move over here, and I've been here ever since.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I was right behind. End of 14 is when I started jumping on Missoula.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we were like right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fi's such a great guy, man. I've known him for a little while, and not as long as you, but I met him through well, I guess I took a class from him back in the day, like single resource, and like did an awesome job. You know, like one of those people like, man, I'd love to work for that guy.
Yeah.
You know, just dialed in the way, you know, it's the way he communicates and patience and stuff. It's just like, oh yeah, man, that's clear, concise leadership right there. It felt like, you know?
Absolutely.
So I was like, yeah, man, I like this guy. And then played hockey with him for a while too, and you know, got to know him better. And she gave me an awesome Grangeville Smoke Jumper sweatshirt that I wear all the time, man. And he kind of made it. It was like a normal sweatshirt, but he sewed up like the badass jumpsuit.
Okay.
So like the Smoke Jumper jumpsuit has a heavier duty zipper because it's a lot of material.
Okay.
So he cut a normal sweatshirt and then sewed that sucker into it. So it's
rad.
it's awesome, man. Yeah, it's
Sick,
great.
dude.
Really comfy. And you know, being Hotshot Soup, he's not gonna rep any Smoke Jumper stuff. So, so
Yeah.
he gave it to me.
Yeah, no comment.
Yeah, I appreciate it. No, I love the rivalry, man. I think it's awesome. So
Yeah.
yeah, like it's like sibling rivalries for people don't know, like between all the programs, I guess, in the fire world, you know, but Hotshot, Smoke Jumper, Helitech, Rappel, Districts, you know, there's always a little bit of like friendly banter and infighting, which man is great. So if anyone was interested in getting to Wildland, like it's another, you know, like the anthem on 4th of July, like every crew's got something cool they're doing. It's, man, I can't, you know, say enough good things about, you know, becoming a wildland firefighter. And Structure's probably got some similar things too. I just don't know as much about it.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know behind the scenes, but I bet there's traditions that they have. And
yeah, little things they do, and you know, it's kind of a family outfit, just like the Wildland thing, you know, or it is a family outfit like the Wildland thing, so
yeah,
or Wildland World. So, well, shoot, man, yeah, we got about 45 minutes in there, man. I think that about covers it.
Awesome.
Yeah, so man, appreciate you again, Rogue. Thanks,
yeah,
dude.
thanks. I really appreciate you doing this. Like I said, you know, no offense, but thanks for getting me warmed up for the next few interviews. I'll be on TV.
I actually was kind of thinking about that this morning. I was like, "Cause this is like carefree, you know, like and I can edit whatever, and it's just long form, so it does kind of like loosen things up, you know, to and get your brain on that kind of wavelength." You know?
Yeah.
Up until I started getting a bunch of these, I'd have to kind of get my brain like jump started as I was driving somewhere. I'd be like, all right, what else am I gonna say? And then if we go this way, maybe I'll ask them this. You know, now I don't. I just kind of sit down and. People can probably tell I wing it a little bit, but
no, I had a great time, and it was great.
Thanks, man.
I appreciate it, and
yeah, and anyone listening, check out the Fire and Ice next weekend, next Saturday, February 10th. Festivities kick off at 6, and like Rogue said, show up early, especially for parking. Like it gets filled up fast.
Yep. And quick pro tip: if you're looking for parking. I think there may be some available parking at Les Schwab across Russell there. I know they open it up for Grizz games.
Oh, perfect.
So don't quote me on it if that's, not available for the Fire on Ice, but it may be a potential spot to park.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for any more specific information, we have a page on Facebook. It's run by the city folks. I think it's Missoula Fire on Ice.
Yeah,
you should be able to find it there.
Yeah, just Google it.
Yep, and there'll be an event page, and now that we're getting closer to the game with almost a week out, there'll be some more information on there, and logistics and itinerary, stuff like that. You can learn more about the game.
Yeah, come out and support, and just for the good time too. I mean, it's just such a great hang and just a great event. So appreciate you, Rogue, and appreciate you all for listening.
Yeah, thanks, Luke.
Yeah, thank you.